Boom. What's up, y'all? I just did something that I have not done since my drunken stupor days. And I have achieved this status many times in my life, unannounced and not intended. But I am ninja flipping around the Clearwater area, the Dunedin area, on the Pinellas Trail, and by the water, and looking for now condos or apartments. I'm really trying to get a house, but it's almost impossible, but I'm not giving up. And I was right on the beach looking at these boats, and I saw these condominiums called the Victorian Luxury Apartments, and I was already going kind of fast on my bike, and it was this trail with walkers, so I kind of ninja flipped to the left, gently stopped, and I felt a baboofa coming on. I felt a fart coming on. And so I had my left foot on my left pedal, and I kind of switched all my weight to my left side, and so it opened up my butt cheeks a little bit. And I was expecting like a small hot and steamy, and what do you know, I pushed a little bit too hard and some real caca came out. And it just happened like 5 minutes ago. So I literally have shit in my shorts, and you know it's bad when you can smell it in the open air and it's windy. So I have shit in my pants now. So I just wanted to share that with you all. I haven't done that in a long time. Here's another thing that's going on with my day, y'all. A lot of people are on edge right now. Even as I smell the poop in my pants. One of my roommates, somebody's jacked his butter out of the fridge. And I was working on my van, and I came in and I could hear him cursing. And he's like, oh, it happened again. Because I think someone took one of his sodas or Pepsi, which I don't drink. And I don't even use butter, I use coconut oil. And he was going off. And you know, he's one of the guys that I gifted the Optimal Reset, and I'm teaching him how to juice and to do smoothies. He's actually the guy, I haven't told this story yet, he actually was making smoothies for like a week in a row. And he was using the recipes, and then he kind of went maverick. And he put in a fruit smoothie, he put a purple onion in it and garlic. And so like the day after he drank that smoothie, he's like, whoa, bro. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, don't ever put, he's like, no, he said, hey homie, don't ever put garlic or raw purple onion in your smoothie. I'm like, well, double duh. I'm like, he's like, I just wanted to try it. I'm like, how much did you put in? He put half an onion and 4 cloves with oranges, bananas, and blueberries. But this is the same guy. So I have a good rapport with him. You know, I'm always kind to him. But he kind of snapped at me because I'm pretty certain who the two people is that kind of hijack people's stuff out of the fridge. But I stay out of it. I don't like to cause drama. I don't like to accuse. I don't do any of that. And so when he was doing that, I'm like, well, wait a second, what happened? He's like, well, what do you mean what happened? I'm like, because then I wanted to see, like, was it a full stick of butter? Did he like leave it half open? When was it stolen? I wanted to get the details, which I shouldn't have done. So then he was like, well, what do you mean what happened, man? Didn't you? And so I was like, yo, you know, I know you're having a bad day, you know, I'm sorry. So that was my fault. As soon as I said that, I should have just held space and be like, you know what? Because I lost my, I did lose my cool about 2 months ago, 2 months into living at the homeless shelter, like in January or something. I had this awesome like mason jar and the BPA free cap. I smell poop again. I gotta sit on my bike, it's hot. And I left it out on the kitchen counter because I was leaving all my produce there. And someone hijacked that, and it was Himalayan sea salt. It was the nice Himalayan sea salt in a glass jar. And I, you know, left it out there so, you know, I can season my foods, and someone took that. And I got upset too. And so, you know, I have a pretty good idea, you know, who took it. But so I understand, you know, the energy that he had and the space that he was in. So I learned my lesson. I should have said, you know what, man, I'm sorry. I really wish that wouldn't have happened. Is there anything that I can do to make your day better? You know, so, you know, I can handle that better, but a lot of people are on edge right now. But what's really cool, and I want you all to tell me if you've seen this. I've been riding the same paths, the same routes, the same streets, the same neighborhoods for over 2 years now here in Florida. And I see all the homes, I see all the landscaping, I see, all the neighborhoods and stuff. Without a doubt, 100% with everything that's going on, people not working, social distances, people losing their jobs, everybody's house looks amazing right now. Like everybody's grass is even in the ghetto, people are repainting their homes, people are putting new shingles on, people are replacing windows, people are redoing their landscaping, they're growing fruits and vegetables, they're pressure washing their driveways. I've never seen these neighborhoods and homes look this good. And when I noticed it, I said, hey, that's pretty rad, because Mother Nature is healing right now. And a lot of us, believe it or not, are probably overeating. But in another way, you are healing as well if you're not at work and you're spending more time with your family. You're not so stressed out with the job. You're not hitting that traffic. You're not having road rage. You're not hitting Starbucks up every day. Hopefully you're not eating fast food every day. So you're at home, and you're doing, you're tending to your property, you're tending to your garden. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And, in the future here with AI and robots and everything, and, I think 22 million people have filed for unemployment. This is just the beginning. All of those concepts are being broken. What we thought the real world was in reality is all being broken down, especially when UBI hits for $2,000 for every single person. Now, me personally, I didn't get the stimulus. I didn't file for the IRS. I didn't do all that stuff. I feel that I'm taken care of now with my VA pension and everything that I've gone through. So I'm not accepting anything from the IRS, but a lot of people are. And I really, really think here, probably in 2 months or 2 years or less, in 24 months, I really, really think that UBI is going to pass. And that's going to let every human being, if they choose to decompress, to take a moment and to just chill out. And so when I'm going through these neighborhoods and Mother Nature is healing, Mother Earth is healing, people aren't going to be forced to work, for the bosses. Who makes the billionaires and the millionaires? The middle class and, the poor. Those are the ones that work their asses off, and it's, pay inequality. And so it's very interesting when people aren't so stressed out with the job, in their cubicle or whatever it is that they're doing. Maybe they dislike their job. When they get to stay at home with their family, they get to really, spend that valuable time. And it shows in people's properties and homes. So I saw that. But yeah, I just want to show I pooped a lot, y'all. And it's like, there's no restrooms where I can go to and clean up. I usually carry my baby wipes, my wet wipes in my backpack, but I don't have my backpack on. So I'm gonna continue to look, even with my Shat pants. I'm riding around. I'm really getting into boats right now. That's the closest you can get to your personal sovereignty. If you can get a shanty or a boat, it could be like house on the water. That's what my van's gonna be, house on wheels, a tiny home on wheels. If I can somehow manifest as well, on top of that, a tiny home on the water where basically, you can dock for a short period of time. I can have my bike. Maybe I can manifest a property where I can have an 80 by or 40 by 80 storage container there. Maybe with a driveway for my van, but I can keep my bike there. But I'm looking into boating, and the same thing with boating. The boating industry carries over to the van life, because boating life has got, years and years and decades ahead of them with, the solar power, the waterproofness, the insulation, the batteries and all that stuff. And so there's just like such an amazing portfolio of massive boats. I wouldn't want a massive boat if somebody gifted it to me. I would sell it and then, with those resources, I would gift it to the homeless. But there are some little boats, which are really, really rad too. And it's all down the Dunedin, Pinellas Trail. So I've been checking that out. But today I'm really just riding around on my bike because there's so many scam artists and so many fake listings where, people will call you from India or Pakistan and say, hey, go into this property that they just find online that has a keyless entry, and you put in a code. Then you go walk a virtual tour. And then when you call them, they're like, fill out this application, which is like $75. You fill it out, and then they want $850 for first, and then $850 $50 for last and the first month's rent, and they want you to Western Union it, and then they like ninja flip you the key through snail mail. It's this whole industry that is going to be disrupted through the blockchain, which digital currency is on. So there's a lot of scam artists in this housing and rental niche, that the only way, especially right now when everybody's not selling their homes, when everybody's squatting, especially the renters, it's very difficult for me to find a home. So I'm just on my bike, just riding through these neighborhoods and looking for, you know, legit, for sale sign, or not for sale, for rent signs. And again, I'm approved all the way up from $1,600 for the rest of my life just for rent. It's like $1,100 to $1,600 depending on the zip code. And so I'm looking, you know, even if like the zip code, you know, maybe I'm qualified for $1,400, even if it's like $1,600, you know, if it's a legit person that wants to rent their house out, you know, I wrote kind of like my biography, and it's really honest about who I am, what I've been doing over the last 4 years, all the way from my celibacy, my sobriety, you know, being, you know, in, you know, the PTSD through a Navy combat vet, being homeless, having a Facebook group and being inspirational, motivational, and being inspired through all of you. I just wrote this biography, you know, it's like they call it an application. And so I want to find a space where if I'm accepted, if the universe, you know, accepts me, and, you know, I'm able to get into a home, I want it to be in an authentic way. And I want it to be no manipulation in an application, no lies in an application, no hustle and bustle through, facial expressions or body language. You know, I want it to be the real deal. And I really would like even just the smallest little privacy fence in a backyard. I could have container pots. You know, I've learned so much about permaculture, you know, and maybe, you know, there's a way that the renter, I'll be like, hey, you know, I'll build you a food forest in your front yard and I'll maintain it. I'll build you a food forest on the side of your house or in the backyard of your house and maintain it. Something like that, and then a covered garage for my van. So that's what I'm doing today. Even though I cockeyed my pants and I shat my pants, I'm gonna power through it like a real ninja would, and I'm probably gonna do this for about 2 or 3 more hours and see if I can find a place to rent. So just wanted to share this with you all. Hopefully you all are having a good day, having a wonderful day. I love you all. Get outside and breathe. Get outside and do some stretches. Get outside and run, go walk your dog. Just go sit in the grass, take your shoes off. Get naked if you can, and just lay on the ground and just chillax and relax. Whatever you do, don't shat your pants, don't shart your pants. I don't suggest that. So anyways, thank you so much for this time. I love catching up with you all. As always, keep it raw, stay rad. Wah wah!